Unite a family, except give the mother partial access, which is about a couple hours per week, supervised, of which this mother has been raising her children from the day they were born up until now, up until about 4 weeks ago. She's had exclusive, unlimited access with her children. The trauma and duress that these children are going through right now, not being with their mother, is unconscionable, if you ask me.
What was concerning to you about what happened in court?
The mischaracterization and how some things were brought up in court that were totally unrelated to the incident that they were initially investigating for. The initial petition stated that they were investigating her for educational neglect. But yet, while we were in court, we discovered that this petition was withdrawn. It was, I guess, vacated or whatever the case is. Or no, it was withdrawn. And another petition, or a modified or amended petition, was given, which had an entirely different list of allegations against this individual who was trying to homeschool her children.
You seem to be, I mean, you're obviously outraged. You're concerned. You've taken this up on Facebook Live, like we are with right now. You know, a lot of people chiming in your district, and really this story has gone national. What do you have to say to people who are watching this with a lot of grave concerns, but also a lot of people who have a lot of questions, like you did from the very beginning as well?
Well, I can understand the outrage. I can also understand the skepticism. But first and foremost, I can understand the empathy that the community is feeling right now. It could be any of us. Again, like I've said before, I've considered homeschooling. I've considered trying to ensure that my children had a first-class education. My wife is an educator. I'm an educator. We love educating. And just to think that this can happen to us is outrageous. It's preposterous. And it's a scary thought for anyone trying to homeschool their children. One thing can trigger the next thing, which can literally make your life implode upon itself. That is a very scary thought. But again, like I've just stated on Facebook Live, if you are considering homeschooling, make sure at the very least you are prepared. You have all of your ducks in a row. Reach out to the necessary resources that are readily available for you, and make sure that everything is in place. And even although that the resident of my district asserts that all of her paperwork was in place and submitted on time, this still happened, which is a very scary thought. And remember, I've been in front of a judge. I've been in this situation where the decision of one person can literally impact everyone in your life. That's scary. That is a scary place to be. I don't wish that on anyone. And we need to make sure that we're supporting each other. If you're trying to homeschool, or if you're trying to get your children in some type of activity outside of the school, just make sure you have all of your ducks in a row.
I know there are a lot of people who, I mean, have you looked into this case on your own, without any kind of other outside influence? Have you looked into this case, and do you find it just preposterous?
Just to answer your question, yes, my office, we've done our own due diligence. We've gone through our own fact-finding. We've spoken to the district. We've tried to speak to the schools. We just literally met the mother yesterday. We were not trying to enter in this with any type of emotion. It just looked wrong. It smelled wrong. It sounds wrong. Everything about it screams something is wrong. And again, I've always expressed my skepticism, even with the mother. I've expressed my skepticism with her. I've expressed my skepticism with the district. I've expressed my skepticism with DSS, because it just doesn't add up. What are we not hearing? What is it that we don't know? And from what I heard in court today, that does not constitute imminent danger to take your children from a mother. We're talking about little lives here who are totally dependent on this woman, that you've just ripped them from her arms. And again, I would fight hand and nail. I would fight if someone were to come to my house and not produce any documents and tell me that I have an order to take your children. Show me that order. Produce that order. Then I may concede. up until then, no, I'm going to fight.
Right.
My children need to see me fighting for them. Otherwise,
Right.
why would I just acquiesce and give over my children? I wouldn't do that. And I will suspect that the mischaracterization of this woman in court today, having not complied with the officers who did not produce this document, I think she was in her right to. But again, go ahead.
Where do we go with the district? What? I mean, if you're, you're on the education committee. This case has been referred to the education committee. You meet with the education committee. What's going to be done from here on out, and what can be done to find out where the hole was in this situation?
Again, the education committee really is in place to ensure that the people of the city of Buffalo have a voice. We deal with quality of life issues and concerns. This is a district issue. We're going to allow the district to go through their process, whatever that process is, their fact-finding investigation, seeing what person, if any person, was responsible for this major ordeal, and come up to their own conclusions. We have to let them do that. Due process. I've done my due diligence, and I'm continuing to work to make sure that the families of this district are represented, or at least they have a voice and a platform to speak about what they feel are injustices. As far as what the rest of the district can do, what we need to do is, like I've been repeating over and over and over again, make sure that if you intend to homeschool your children, make sure that you're communicating, making sure that you have all of your ducks in a row. Whatever you give them, make copies of it yourself. Before you give it to them, copy it, sign it, and date it with their own handwriting, and make those copies as well. We have to protect ourselves, because clearly doing everything right can still land you in front of a judge with CPS taking your children.
Have you talked to the district, and what are they saying, and are they looking into this matter?
The district is looking to it. Dr. Cash did direct one of his top staff members to investigate the situation, to come to their conclusions, to see what actually transpired on their end.
And so you've spoken with the district, and you continue to.
Oh, the district and I have a great working relationship. I don't suspect that would be any different just because of this. I am a major proponent of believing that when mishaps do happen, this is an opportunity for you to fix those things. Therefore, because we've discovered that there's a major flaw in this procedure, and if no one wants to admit it, I'm going to call it that this is an opportunity for us to fix it. So, moving forward with the district, and again, like I repeat, I have a great working relationship with the district. I don't need, and let me tell this to the community, I don't need to have an adversarial relationship with the district, because if I'm the person who can speak on your behalf to the district, why would you want me to be at odds with the district? We have a great working relationship. We want to maintain that relationship. But we're going to let them finish what they're doing. We're going to continue to do what we're doing to make sure that homeschool families in the future don't get hit with this type of crisis.
But in the matter of this mother, is there a timeline on when the district, are they rushing to try to figure out how this happened, or is there a timeline? Have they given you one?
They have not given me a timeline, but I do believe that the person Dr. Cash placed to run this investigation is working very diligently. That person will be revealed at our education meeting, I'm sure, next week Thursday at 5:30. And I'm pretty sure the community will be out next week Thursday at 5:30 in support of homeschool families to never go through this ordeal again.
Is there anything you want to add, anything I missed here?
I don't think so.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm. Okay, everyone, that was the Channel 7 interview. You'll see that sometime later on tonight.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock news. And that was Hannah Bueller. All right, here's your microphone.
Thank you. Now if I could just do this.